Thank you very much. Chiloida Ted and Wale. Kalari it as large, Yanadi Altin Bijiga social media. And Wale. They decided no Babinka social media. Ko Babandol Gay. Kandol and Badul Gatong Nuere, ko go rejeno majority. Natin Langwene. A talk and the far east from my wood. I wanted the far west of Upper Nile, Neka Mayom, Tiga Pangak, Tire Loga, Tire Jikeng. Message me specifically we can eat and when anywhere. Kaguri Jenun and Baraka Yaka took Nenetin has. Menbaga social media, gaja. I shall go to noon and a day contact a meeting knitted today to walk a guard mishiwa. Unfortunately, a German Shibarewa, I should call an agent that a Jew Michel COVID-19, Nijal Chana Nokjal. For that reason, I have decided to use the modern technology in Shiban, and known as Tantine pinching, Niluak. Ketirek, United diaspora, Ika America, Tika Australia, because Jiga social media, whereby she decided no never now back a brief can win anyway, a social media, especially Facebook, can a YouTube. Miti Kawo Midi Gorba Bilada, and they can share Kel, then become a mat. Beside to this, Kakwika Dolaman Bakage, Ray Studio and Walaka, social media platform. A Gorko and Yen Yakon Kone Tilanuri. Don't tell Ranga Kapemu Bar. Nadum Walarana, TH, Brana Jogan and okay, Dickson. Jintini, Bramkel, Jintiga Juba, Bramkel, Tijanun, and okay, Jinti Kelly and Dr. Yang Machar, KT Kelly and Taban, KT Kelly and it seemed like people are not quite aware in Guantatin. I have decided in over Benyala Walla, Babandwalga, Committee Mogo on Brana Tijba, Bebelinga, over my political agenda, been explained very clearly. And while we go on our discussion, it is a pure political. We are going to discuss about politics. Politics, this is what we will talk about. Nyogba, Brana Ngajanuna, and our meeting also, Brana Ngajanuna, we will touch some other points. Kenya Mangura Baladia and Nika 2017. AGN Kakuma Mentega Juba, Menbudka Self-Akir, Metatabantan. I refuse and no never let Kel Kakum Metega Juba. SPLM. SPLA etege Juba me both ka taban yapal nika chanka jen Dangyok ke 2018 men go no na baladia why I refuse and no na balat ke SPLM SPLA Ioba and ku me tagan ma charten and cha SPLM SPLA IO cha quit nika 2017 nika paingwan Mesha quit AGN Chawaga Juba. Mesha Waga Juba. Carado link a kumete Juba. A Changa Jandiok Kapai Wara, okay, 2018, Chakum mete Juba. Chapel Chabenur Alahan Erdoran Shala Addis Ababa, Chawida Chaben Temptin, Charada Tijan, when a woman ballot. Mesha Benka Addis Ababa I decided enun bangulat ya gur no ne baro ti ja the person en wen ngum balat ka wono ban writing ka wato da bebena we will discuss about more about my political parties enu bangu migora and tamaka Junuba Sudan ka ngam jel ne kel baladia a nyok ban and walle we correct ban no ne angu pale ku me te juba angu le go belet kon gan mashar ka angu pale ku me te juba ma me bosga self akir ke bosga tabande ban right book unity dun wen nuere when nuere enona na angu milari dan chi kon gor ban jal kel so is it important go along enona na de kon jal kel unity dan why is it important at this time connecting when nuere ken kon gien ken kon woge junup endo dien kono na buwe bana te national agenda lazim bana de unity kon nuere kawono we are going to talk about it bana right ka kwide manda denba bana right bon walle no ne wouldn't it gat mashar amu michel re kon mugwa we need to appreciate him take it chala gat mashar dio jeri udun to wan yen wenen were don kwirane gat mashar te gwa me de kon jego no wouldn't it shukran thank you so much ka go chine nung from where we are what a continent here to go to let go con de kon jogo no ne thank you so much e tishilat nega benebe ge jigo kuma kade koro dan tie bo no ne okay angu kalat ko gwa de gan mashar a ship me nega ken failure in two kanu kon ba de kon gala kara onedi mete ma kan longa wouldn't it anyok ban right ke SPLM angu mi take the kon ke reason she and myself angu la de no ne and SPLM la ruling party of South Sudan whether kwa SPLM IO kwa SPLM IG kwa whatever the SPLM and SPLM angu rong ko de gieno kade kon take a new political parties of South Sudan whereby it good con a new face. We need a new blood with the new ideas. Angugur kono bana be SPLM ba woj bu kumi jidid ba bare. Ke bu political party dodien ba bare. Shanko SPLM be gien ka system. Akawono we will discuss it. Enunene angushi fail ke SPLM. What is the reason gur kono take a political party me dodien ba bare yo? Me be change be nu. Ban right thing. We will talk also about Fananekon. Dear Waye Yenuari, take on the Fanane to go to Shitum, one can to go along, she can galat. Cattle Ramchiro and teach, and known and Fananity tea. He can advocate, she can write a longer que unity can worry. I won't tell a Mishirana Melado, the Quidian. Right from my nyanya 2. Neke time of my nyanya 2. Mila linga fanane nuere. Nika anyanya 1 ba. Mange ji would me lega dead gun. Malakona sholaga dead sholida. Tela nuere misha menjek. Mishi malara nuna ne fanane nuere de tea chiga raja lonka unity. Eno de nuere de ka ne lanas. Come to 2013, and time 7 years ago. Kore Chater, Metara ka Western Upper Nile ka bentiu, a one Eastern Upper Nile, me Chater and way. A unity ke land metidi and mencha advocate a pananecon. Mishi winne ni kaka t-shirt at all. En cha chara lion, kami jin gan Nuer ba min no go ne ne to de get recognize de ko na la ke ne di chile na ga jibo no ne buwaika mini ni ga fanani da to kiga lar long ine goro no ki hen myself ya goro no ne ta ka risai ka kwidian except me jin panan me kenen Nueri me jin wud ga jag me kene we wala ka da chi jane ka da chi wow ka da chi chan wala tieng e chi ke unity Nueri tene be select but my research based on no ne afanan ngane ka Nueri atogo na wude la chale nega time ta kon ke real bain ta kon ke wud mi chi division 4 singa wud mi chale li chulman chale bornya dor ta kon ke ramishir ke gadet gun ta kon ke wud mi chale garkor ray loka and so on and so forth ngugur kono de kon la kwidian. So these are the main agenda and these are the topic that we will discuss tin ban right thin kawono gure jeno akan kono wore irwani tin banalat then kono waga topic one by one chene goro no ne be jango be bi huge ko be we social media and at the same time be goro no will relax here you druri be ling ba ability did biling kawono goro by a welcome yendial yenetin we ke video my live brana goro no ne pelle yi ko pin by a welcome kadit kafanan dan kel mugwa mugad jino Sudan mulado ne jino Sudan goro bana jal kel ma fi daya no lazim inu ne be we Nuer and Dinka and Kuku and Tulkawe and Kakwa and Belanda. We need our unity. Deng Majuk, I got Kelmugwaga South Sudan, Banijaling Kagakora. We will come back. Thank you so much.
بلا عادي دولة جنوب السودان ترى بدولة جنوب السودان هيا 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 تعال بدون كلام الدنكاوي وين دايرين سلام والنويراوي وين عايزين سلام الشلكاوي وين دايرين سلام الزنداوي وين النياكاوي وين والمرلاوي وين ونداري وين يلا يا شبابنا تعال لموا يدينا عشان نبني دولة عشان نكون دولة قوية بلا عنصرية يلا يا شبابنا تعال لموا يدينا عشان نبني دولة عشان نكون دولة قوية بلا عنصرية يا شبابنا وما في داية أقول قبلتي ولا ما في داية لوني هو قبلتي وما في داية لهني أنا جنوبي ولا مادي يقول أنا باري ولا تشولي يقول انت بلنداوي ولا كواكوا يقول انت كوكو ولا ددين يقول انت فجلو ما في داعي للقبلية دولتنا واسع بشيلنا كلنا ولا ما في داعي للقبلية نقبل بعضنا نسيب كراهية عشان نكون دولة قوية بالعنصرية بلا عادي دولة جنوب السودان تراعى بدولة جنوب السودان هيا 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 تعال بدون كلام الدنكاوي وين دايرين سلام والنويراوي وين عايزين سلام الشلكاوي وين دايرين سلام الذنداوي وين النياكاوي وين والمرلاوي وين منداري وين يلا يا شبابنا تعالنا لموا يدينا عشان نبني دولة عشان نكون دولة قوية بالعنصرية يلا يا شبابنا تعالنا لموا يدينا عشان نبني دولة عشان نكون دولة قوية بالعنصرية يا شبابنا وما في داية حقول قبلتي ولا ما في داية لوني هو قبلتي وما في داية لهني أنا جنوبي ولا مادي يقول أنا باري ولا تشولي يقول انت بلنداوي ولا كواكوا يقول انت كوكو ولا ددين يقول انت فجلو ما في داعي للقبلية دولتنا واسع بشيلنا كلنا ولا ما في داعي للقبلية نقبل بعضنا نسيب كراهية عشان نكون دولة قوية بالعنصرية يلا دايرين سلام بدون كلام عايزين سلام يلا بدون كلام سلام سلام يلا 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 يلا
okay. Shagwalong di oje shiyen di dan shiyen link afananen shila no ka jinu Sudan ma fi daila gemeli mugur ko no system take self care no be gien lazim bikun fi wed there must be a need for unity dung South Sudanese shiloida tell de jongi welcome back session banwotin my political journey Kapaidiok, Yanga Barrow Kapaidiok 2019. Major Kume Tege Juba Chapel. I form my own political party. Michelle Arano and Taga right and citizens and got University Sudan. Metaka right and Michi wish I work a water. There is a need and one point of myself. I have to take that initiative. And in South Sudan. Tawo palo bana ngaragaje government ke self akir hina de roi ke 15 years tele melede me shabe nyur ka Addis Ababa ka paidiok karwon bas do rangra within Gatluak with bangwan I form my own political party the Federal Unionist Liberation Front the FULF Federal Unionist Liberation Front FULF me kwaje form party no more and me sure ngache no in South Sudan to fail completely we dan to fails yet kono we dan ray pam ko yin mi yed we ray pam ay yuti ray tayara ga yed tayara pen ray pam being I know we live no so at which point it was hitting the dead end roads. We are having a lack of democratic space, and the worst part of it, when we may take a mention capital punishment, by which I yen ka kober and juba by the end of it, by ne tokok by up. Tell a democracy, we have no democratic back home South Sudan. The reason ebe can nay me shine barar shine lar no ne bane one no matter what until you would you like here. Our main agenda in South Sudan particularly rotational presidency whereby in sharp University Sudan and queer became a wall. Bawaka Equatoria, Bawaka Upper Niles, and then begin Upper Nile, Bawaka Bargazal. And then Balong and along Sham, the Mebud KJ, Mesha Nang a self a kid, we use a laduna, Koga and your breakage, it need to be given back to them. Major party and FULF, major form Cardis, Kapai Welke 2019 in Nairobi. We decided in a back a move back work Kampala. May never Kampala, she never take a duole. Kapai Welke 2019. May she never duolga Kampala, Uganda. We decide as a political group in no con back a consolve. Come Nico. Mention a consultation in air talk. Kalwa de go ne back take a consultation geje. Lene purposely enure ne and long and ne shebe base capanile ko konde de jel ko kondola panile. Majority ko kondolo nuere till angwene. We decided no ne back power a back extend. Ko en kur shabater go tok dual kill. Ye kore chana ter go runde jiwa. Ine go no ba extend ka Bargazal, ba extend ka Equatoria. And we decided to make a consultation. Consultation is in a lot. In a General Paul Malong, in a consult as a political group, and we reach an agreement. And we con baka jal kel ko groupe de Paul Malong ko biteda barakule jago de neba bar ko shawa gwantaru shawa medo Paul Malong yamut alama self akir chika gwach ko ne self akir den bine jago wa merda ko men loka ajena long ne goro bi self yen wi kwam den go ne bi self yen wi kwam enough is enough kalas Kapai Welkel, November 13, 2019, we signed a framework agreement on the merger between the SAF and FULF, whereby General Paul Malong, in a lot of okay, Jin become both based on the seniority. Jera Madinajan. Number 2, Kobe Laraba Baroda did. Meshine can part of the Rauchinega Marchine Ladanone. The chairmanship Bakam General Paul and then ka come raude back and Kongada Alanil. Shine agree and we decided in a conback let kill. For one reason, Hineke interest kill, interest Daman Gurne kill. And South Sudan Balwere Malga. For us to have a stable South Sudan, there is a need in binajal care. And no South Sudan but a stable, a peaceful nation, you never go to no back and care. That is number 1. Number 2, we decided to engage Kelio Balat Guakel under one command. Shine Federal Unity Liberation Front, FULF, can a sub, Yalar no bagal of the command kill. Here and time right corner and time. And based on Upper Nile, Kabintu, Ka Western Upper Nile, Tenega command kill. Kabargazalba, Tenega one command. We agree also for unified leadership. And when political party ideal, bigger the deal take a unified leadership. Big road here white kill. Mitimalane bagalat kill. We reach a point in noon con baganadi cocaine bagagisho. Many may shak fen ka alliance mentioned South Sudan opposition movement align, whereby Tishiro Loreda, Ramashirka Pagana Mum, somebody like Gerald Wiyai Denga Jack, Kakon, Gerald Malong, myself, and the rest. Chune and party no more, and umbrella no more. Chune matkel kawone ne beteda bakula bomb. Ko no jin and obi pambi tiap. Himeterta. So kawono tune led yalla shune tu malari yo ne nate one till ati gram kel kuji wentani maguri yen shi mare especially yen nuere bi yen ngaje nuna na mum pale kum metege juba pale for several reasons men yam dien wo kon mechine woke juba can I wear opposition dum shi taban Ezekiel lol ikana ogoro no na bene la lat ke gan machar ko kon me yen ne gan machar ne kon gan machar che fail gan machar cha weak yanana we decide to become the SPLA faction and the Taban ke Juba alo kon de ne opposition but can no more can what war it did not happen. Kawo kana tuok ye kana ben kagwade. Tine end up alo kon we collaborate with the enemy. Me jin collaborate aka enemy. Me kula when an EB system they be change. So what is the reason of calling yourself as an opposition? I decide to quit. And Nobakuma ba palka shanga jindioka pai wara okay 2018. Simple. Koshanga Januna Taban became a traitor, collaborator. Catch your corporate enemy. Simple. Shanga Janu Garden objective we work and you can change the Juba. That is number one. I refuse to collaborate with the government in Juba. So an agenda yet again the webang. We refuse a combination opposition political party, and we end up submitting ourselves. Then I you tell the reason me de kono ben geje bi koro dan mamat self akir ka kono chana wai geje self akir bani jungi je okay ko woto woga mal bana wonyam but you kon be end up no kon collaborate geje. That is number one. Number two, ta wai ka gade I rejected the war kore tarka rei loka ta kore tarka rei do are shala wat UI, kore taraka jikany, especially me years redo aresho ala bil payam, re jikany. Yeah, look. I was very clear. Kapoina me lada eno chagari you gare. Tell kurmananga kapaga. We have to use the non-violent process. Non-violent process, nueri kon gabi jiga kor. Nueri Banake Kamal and Nuerbeke Juba Belara Jenanuna Nashara Madie. But we cannot use them. Banake use Kakor, Iko Banaka Kulunu, never. Me Konji Malga, there is no need for us to wage the war against Nuer community or against the people of Upper Nile. Telekur Matara Menanga ka Pagak. Reaction to fail, Palaja take a failure. 8 quarter pagavana. We don't need to fight. At Tabana, no. We have to use the stick and carrot. It was our first meeting. Dickson, we have to use the stick and carrot. Aramu winyit. And yet the Batara Dweke, Batara Moika wat. Lakin we calling by Moika carrot. Lodeno Jin, we catch we rode palne, okay, baka jinung. Lakin we winyit by Edwin Mike. And the first day I disagree. She disagree. She went no. If that is the case, what is the reason in Shol Koro and a corner opposition? But you could use the enemy do and no we Ramechi Akola white. Shangchana white hearing my shard, then Palarian my shard. What is the reason in a corner near con? I refuse. Poignant Odin Jene. Mejian Gago Juba. The system issue to walk on me. Kane wo guru nune ne en policy melatke ke wo bi malbete ki bari form balat kana ben go gwada ine ena banune ne nunke policy makap ka ga nuare ko yen nuare gwa wo biaro do la top me yes kon ke jang ke yes kon ke kume te ke juba and wuri chala self care kan tell me chama talk tell me chama lat eno e bete ke policy miladje eno ne e baran kep ka Nairobi baran kep ka Khartoum bana threatens teleje policy mo rame no nge wun mi chala tabande can Ezekiel. We never had such kind of a policy. You know, but take kidnappings, and then you torture some people, you kill them. We don't have that issue. If I'm not wrong, the UN shall are very clear. And one of the reasons why Taban was sanctioned, Taban was sanctioned because he involved him in such activities. And myself, I was very open. Shall our international community. Check a Jugan policy in Obana cap. May Kapka Gareshala, Dong Samuel Wak, Kapka Woodmishala, James Gadedak, Kapka Garden Kokene, somebody like Agri. Your policy dung self care. A policy bit SPLM, SPLA, IO, Taban faction. Kagaraku designed. Kumela Rum Kon Mela Kone Gel. La jigi yene jang jigi yene Nuer mitini chi meling kirana men hand down cha men go cha men kap ka hotel and titin but she got ben policy mo especially Michelin ka UN sanction based on the report from executive team ka department in sanitary report US, United Nations, United States of America, very clearly, you cannot let know Taban involve criminals activities, especially report with our activities, war crime and activities in Kualat, Africa. Can America chaka inekai? Measure investigation that. It was very clear and Taban collaborate with the government and then their power and we use an open our way to collaborate with the government and divided the SPLM, SPLA, IO. Very clearly, the Yeneling Karajan Chalada wouldn't surely J.R. Mele, where he has talk of abduction and Taban. Very clearly, do you think America kajenije? And then they talk about the war crime things committed. For example, Jikane, the Liu Kore water ka dore shwala bill. Na ka wa Malben. I was very clear. And to write on a CDR Kongchu, Le Kong Yun and Jikong your telephone and Ogalwab na yidrun. Then I you to the Kore Terra. Man, Rajagat Haban and Odenechi, but it's your sugar dilu. Taban refused and over command begatu. Material mukwal. Mete take and tama. Reagrik. There lada known he was the one and known in equa order a Taban through door and known in a yon mine. The Kore Targador ala bill payam. What is the reason? And known in a nega guard you came to unison. Keshi Malben. And then you are very clear and an implication of corruption South Sudan Eshalat Agaradaro continue of the conflicts can the main issues Telat Kenun can teach it at all. You get to go. Tagari you can completely Michigan and a black catiti, but can go to know I want to be part of that story. And I refused. I rejected and I came out. Kawono, we caught the judge. Logo jen self care wala nokaje, time will come and no binawaga makam. Banalu. I'm sure dear yen were be in America eno jen telekai eno bana baga sanction kan teach and for that reason tinege chuom lakin en mandela riye palner waini kuweka kon nueri my message in the large in any situation ka armed conflict michi dor charora dwan ma chata ga kor la take a problem to work and problem no term to work la take a to be collaborate here me chine wo juba ti gada we end up chine we collaborators in a paksi con opposition and then biram ngi ngok bororo wo chere me charora wo biram betatin lakin jin chu kwet ko kon ja kon kam kwet me di de nu ne wala ya ke endi ne me de ngak te ne and the division ni xiang is a common issue michi dorche chakta ga kor la take a division but enob ne bina kwet shijen the issue Kintama ta kon ga dor dangra ta kon ga mayom cha collaborate kay story ta collaborate ka kuma self akir ne me yar kama ke 2013 recently he my wood the eastern upper nile ne ka border Ethiopia ga Jock shi ga ben collaborate lakin kana kon pinu melet konne what we need kana gor no ne bepin collaboration latet ne ka kuma history dun Kenya Medan mela lingi gor kan kuma dien ka British and all this. La take collaborators. Lakin kan independent dun Kenya ga 1963 kan epil. Enu ne bu wanga ka wala ya ke ngake jenni etema mi wala nuer wo ko mu pale ke to diala. Tuana rodan ko. Ramiare ji miru ne jende ji lo hotel kor. Bidama ngai twok bororo wo chere me shawo ju ga shawo ngaje no me lat ga kana ben jero wo ka wono ka kenten goro no ne de ladie mi yene kajeje leng report e shangun a century dung America me lado and taban take the right ka take instruction mi shamun ka badne ne te bat ka take tin midit ke yan midit ka war crime te shiban. Thank you very much. Then Jock get the next round.
Taban has played a pretty significant role in expanding the conflict. He has, recruited troops that forcibly conscript civilians. The UN has reported that there are child soldiers among the ranks of troops under his control. But he more recently played a pretty significant role in the ordering of an abduction of two civilians based in Nairobi, Dong Samuel Luak and Agray Idri. They were both affiliated with the IO. According to the UN, he ordered this in order to consolidate his power vis-a-vis one of his chief rivals, Riek Machar, the previous vice president of the country in South Sudan.
Right, and what are the sanctions against him?
So he is now forbidden to travel to the U.S. or to conduct any business with any U.S. persons. So that's any U.S. citizens or any companies owned by U.S. citizens.
Right, and does that give them the necessary leverage over him? Will it affect him greatly, do you think?
So it does affect him. And one of the reasons why is that so many transactions in South Sudan and other countries throughout the world are conducted in U.S. dollars. And effectively what this does is it shuts Taban out of the U.S. financial system. So he's not going to be able to access U.S. dollars to conduct international business transactions. And, we've seen a pretty robust corporate footprint linked to Taban and members of his immediate family. So this will actually play a pretty significant role. So when you go after his assets and his ability to move money, you undermine his ability to conduct war, and you undermine his support base, and you build leverage.
Right, and there is a stasis at the moment in the peace deal or the planned peace deal between the differing sides. Do you think this is going to help move that forward somehow?
I think this is part of a sequence of what we've called financial pressure. The government of South Sudan and the opposition, all the parties involved in the peace negotiation and the implementation of the peace deal, need to understand that if they do not move forward and make tangible progress toward that deal, and resolve many of the outstanding issues that have been obstacles, that they're going to suffer consequences. That this isn't like it's been before, where you could obstruct peace, take over entire business sectors, and really nothing would happen to you, and you'd operate with impunity. That era is over.
So what is he saying to all the allegations?
I saw a Facebook post that's widely being circulated right now, essentially him, declaring his innocence and saying this was inappropriate by the U.S. government. So I'm assuming he's denying this, as he's denied previous accusations. Ultimately, what needs to happen is that he and others who have been continuously implicated in corruption and war crimes and continuing the conflict ultimately need to answer for their role in the war. And really, at the end of the day, that needs to be a court that examines his role and the crimes that he is alleged to have committed. But to date, any movement into a court in South Sudan is completely obstructed. The courts have been hijacked by the ruling clique. So this leverage that the U.S. government is trying to build needs to enact the sort of reforms that would allow for the rule of law to take hold in South Sudan. And the road to get there is going to be a pretty long one, but this is hopefully a step in the right direction.
Maybe you wouldn't want to and then we'll call it. Come here, can I down the Taco Boy and you did. Taco Quantian. Conquer Colo, Taco Quantian. Some boom call to can Yaka Quantian. Yeah, you come on.